morning to how we respond makes a huge difference in terms of physically and psychologically. And when we decide to give our energy internal first rather than external, we start to fire and wire a different part of the brain which produces a different elevated emotions. So now I'm going to share a few simple practical tips you can do to elevate your health, your fitness, and your energy first thing in the morning. So as soon as you wake up, the first thing I want you to do is simply look into the mirror. Now I know when I say this first, this might sound a bit mad to some people, but it really works. So I want you just to look into the mirror. Look into your eyes and start telling yourself how incredible you are. Placing your two hands on that left side of chest. Start to simply breathe and just look into that mirror and tell yourself how strong you are. Start telling yourself how healthy you are. Start telling yourself how much infinite energy you have. Start telling yourself that you are enough. Start telling yourself that all them self-doubts and worries are just stories in your mind and not true. And when we can look at ourselves first thing in the morning in the mirror and tell ourselves this, we are igniting and firing and wiring a different part of the brain. As I spoke about, the brain wants the easiest option. So self-doubt, worry, fear, tiredness, unhealthiness are what's most strongest in us right now. What we can do now instead, when we start to look at ourselves in the mirror and tell ourselves this, we are now firing and wiring a different part of the brain, which is now going to become stronger over time. So as we tell ourselves this, the first few times you might feel a bit mad. You might feel like, Jesus, I don't even believe this. But keep telling yourself enough times until you start believing it, until you can start feeling it as you breathe in towards that heart center on that chest. And that's the first thing I want you to do in the morning. The second thing I want you to do in the morning is start taking 3 things you're grateful for as soon as you wake up in the morning. Now again, this is something common we may hear, may know, but the difference for me in terms of being grateful is to really intuitively spend time. Don't just write something down for the sake of ticking off a box. As you write it down, I want you to visualize it, see it and feel it, and really understand what you're writing down. For example, one thing I'm grateful for right now is having this recorder right in front of me, be able to record this. So I could write it down and then just pass no remarks, or I could actually spend time and energy. Why am I grateful for that? I'm thinking the amount of stuff it took to get this phone to me right now to record this video. Raw materials had to be extracted from somewhere in the earth. Then these raw materials had to be processed and processed in together to format some type of microchip or something that was able to work. Then that microchip was sent to this big massive factory where all these thousands of parts and small little parts were pieced and puzzles all together to make this thing in front of me right now. And the amount of people and technology and knowledge that took just to piece this simple thing in front of me right now. And then it had to be shipped off to a certain store and packaged and boxed and shipped across the world on a plane, on a boat. And now it's sitting here in front of me after me buying it from the shop and taking it home. How incredible is that? The amount of people it even took to have this thing in front of you right now. It's amazing. So when we can wake up in the morning and realise how incredible the universe is, how incredible we are, and how lucky we are to have everything we have, and when we can focus and spend more energy on focusing on the things that we have rather than the things that we haven't, more of what we have starts to come more, and it gradually starts to build. So now, in the mornings, write these 3 things down, and then again, breathe, close your eyes, and visualize and picture all them pieces put together to make what you are grateful for right now. Maybe it's your children, maybe it's your husband, your wife, maybe it's your phone, maybe it's your house, your roof, your clothes. Whatever it is, start to visualize it, start to picture it, and look at every single thing in that visualization, from the sound it makes, the colours, the person, the people, the things that combine together to make this, and And the last and final thing is to simply do an exercise I like to do with clients, which is called balanced breathing. So what this balanced breathing does, it balances out our sympathetic nervous system, which is this push, go type of nervous system, and then it brings in our parasympathetic nervous system. So balance out the two of these, and the parasympathetic is one that's rest and digest. We want to try to be in balance. So a simple thing to do is a 4-4 breathing. So all you'll do is, again, if you're lying in bed, you can do this lying in bed, or if you're sitting up in a chair like me, or lying on the ground on the mat, anything at all. Simply just breathe in for 4. So you'll breathe in for 4, and then a slight pause at the top, and then exhale for 4. So what we're trying to do again here is balanced breathing. So the inhale is the exact same as the exhale. This is a good way to stimulate the body while not stimulating it too much first thing in the morning. So there's a few simple things and handy practical tips you can do to start your day and to start your morning. Remember, where energy goes, it flows. So if I give my energy externally to the outside world, my energy is going to be pulled and dragged away from me for the rest of the day. If I can take that 5 minutes even of the morning and start to focus inward, the rest will start to grow.